So I've made a bracket out of some angle iron I had, and just bent it to shape, bolt it down, some good solid bolts, and I'm going to mount it here so that'll sit up in that position there, hopefully. It's the plan. Here's a brief rundown of the 1 million things you're going to need for doing the lights. So I had a spare roll of wire to extend where I needed. This is the second package of corrugated, what do they call it, split tubing, protects your wiring. Electrical tape, heaps of the red, black. You've got heat shrink assortment, different sizes. What else we got? I had a test light here. There's a test light. Sockets, 10mm, I think 13, 14. Crimping tools, cable ties, assortment of different connections. I used a lot of these types for joining, making sure it was crimped. Some of them, like this type here, big eyelet type, I'd actually solder it, crimp it and solder it, put tape around it, and then put a sleeve. You got pliers, screwdriver, solder. You don't have to solder, but I did. I used this to heat the material up while soldering, bit of a cheap way, and your shrinking tube, heat shrink tube. I'd torch it with this as well. Yeah, pliers, some sort of knife. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mentioned cable ties. So what I'm up to now is I've got everything in the board. So I've got a switch here to turn the lights on, activate them up here, and I've got it hooked up now, so I'm about to run. Well, I've got a cable run from the back to the front, and I did that some months ago when I cleaned the car up about a year ago. That goes all the way to the front. I've pre-run that. I've tested it up, so I've got it all working. I just got to hook the switch up to the panel here, and the switch up front. When I get it a bit neater and tidier, I'll hopefully tag a lot of things, and I'll go through how I've actually got it to work. I've got a relay here I've got to put inside, and then I should put another relay to the panel board one. How I've powered and wired the rear lights to the switch panel. So in the corner here I've drilled another hole, and the cable coming out of there is the rear lights. It's the plug and play harness. So relays up top, and then I've got you've got all the wires coming out of that. So you can see the front switch there. There's 3 cables that go to the front switch. You got one there, the rear lights, and that's the power. It's the relay, the the lights relay there. Oh, that's, yeah, lights to relay. In this middle one here, of course, this is what I'm talking about. You got the rear lights to earth, and some of the wires I've got a black and red. I've joined two together to make a better cable because I run out, but I've got a marked earth. The main battery is over there. Earth from the main battery, and yep, so out of the center, just to recap, is the wires from the lights and power and earth from the main battery. You got one cable. The only one I've got coming over this switch is for the lights itself, going back to the lights. And what else I've got over there? Some earth cables going to that main, what do they call it, buzz bar, I think it is, something like that, multi-bar. So that's pretty much it. It did take me quite a while because I'm no electrician, and I hate wiring, pretty much like everyone else probably. But I finally got it going, and all I've got to do is a new switch up front, and that's the front of. So I've got a switch here, and you might hear it come on, and that's just that one there. So last piece of the puzzle, got this from J-Car. It's pretty good quality. It's got stickers, you can put lights there or whatever you want needed to it. So if you do to get this one here, this brand, the instructions on the back are as useless as tits on a bull. I can't work it out. There's just gobbledygook on the back. There's no numbers, no earth, no nothing. On the switch itself, on the side, you've got markings there. So I've hooked it up with that white one there, blue, and then black at the back one. You can set it up so there's a illumination on just all the times. I don't know how much power that's going to draw, and then you turn it on and it comes on like that. Off. And yeah, so like I said, up in there there's numbers 1 to 8. Can't see on top of this panel here, but you go to the chart and there's no numbers that I can see that corresponds as 1 to 8. There's, yeah, as you can see, look at that. What is it? 20 point something, 55, 0 point, whatever that is. Something, if you're an engineer, electrical engineer, you probably know. But anyway, I'm gonna mount this in. After all that, the switch is too small, so it got jammed, and I tried to retrieve it, pushed it a bit too far, had to unplug it, push it in fully, and of course I went down to Devil's Triangle under here somewhere, tried to search and search, and of course it was in behind here, of all places. So I eventually got my finger to it, and see if I can bring it out. So the unbelievable. So yeah, the backing housing is just too small. These clips don't even grip. Probably by about 4 mil thereabouts. Anyway,